So club football is finally back this weekend. Thank God the international break is over. And yeah, Chelsea will be playing this weekend against Leicester. Now, these are five things I feel like Enzo Maresca should start doing or should implement in his game for us to move forward. Now, the first thing is for him to start making substitutions earlier. Like, make your subs earlier because I feel like this season there are times where we have been on the back foot, we are struggling to create and you know just all we need at that moment is not able to change tactically. Sometimes all we need is just different a different player, a different player with a different style of play to play the same way, the same with the same tactics, and I feel like it should just be a different thing for our opponents to deal with. Now the second thing is I think it's time to stop the experiment of trying to fit James and Gusto in the same team. I feel like now with the performances of Cucurella, I feel like he has stamped his place as our starting left back. These two can shuffle. You can play James. Now he's not fully fit. You can play him some games, play Gusto, or just interchange them. But the experiment of trying to make both of them fit both of them into the same team, playing Gusto right, James left, and vice versa. I feel like it's time it stops. Now the third thing is I think it's time we start giving him more playing time. Now I know Jackson has been good in the Premier League and that, but I feel like there are some times where Jackson has not been in the game, and this is also making reference to earlier in the video where I said sometimes all we need is just a different player. Like for example, against Bournemouth, we were struggling to score, struggling to even create chances, and we should have lost that game. But to be honest, all we needed was just a different player, and when he came on, he showed and he scored the winner. So sometimes you just need a different player, and I feel like he's going to be a difference maker for us this season if he starts getting more game time, because that sometimes Jackson is not in the game basically. Yeah. Now this fourth one is a hard one, but this season I feel like in the big games Palmer has been very quiet. So what I'm trying to say is anytime Palmer is not in the game, I feel like it's time to start substituting him out, because we have players like Felix on the bench, and even Nkunku as well can play as the 10. So the first one is whenever Palmer is having a bad game or is quiet in the game, I feel like it's time we start taking substituting him and bringing in a different player, because teams have started marking him because they know how good he is. So if he's not in the game, if he has been marked, I feel like it's time to start bringing in a different player that the opposition has not prepared for. Yeah, it's a hard one, but I feel like it's time we start doing that. Now the last but not the least one is I think it's time for Neto to start starting as a right winger. Now I love Madueke, I rate him as a player, but I feel like Neto just has more to his game. Like look at his goal against Arsenal. If that was Madueke wouldn't have found the space in the middle. I feel like Madueke is like is a player that likes to just hold the wing, just take on his player from the wing. But there's more to this guy's game, and he's more versatile and more explosive, faster, a better striker of the ball. And yeah, I, I feel like he has done enough to be our starting right winger. And look at him against what's it called in Portugal. Good 1-2 with Ronaldo and finish with his weaker foot. So I feel like it is time to start seeing him starting as our right winger. And yeah, that's all.